come you do some certain things to a human being like you, and you feel no remorse, you feel nothing at all, you think it's a norm, you think it's a way of life. Just listen to this woman. I felt everything in there. And this will keep happening until we wake up as African people.
I want you to look at this photo very closely, and I want you to see who's in it. More important than the man hanging, because you got to understand the lynchings that occurred in America happened after slavery, not during. Thousands of lynchings happened after slavery, because this is a reaction to white fear of what we would do once freed. But we didn't create a vigilante group to take out white people, but they did create a vigilante group to take us out now that we're free. See, that happened after slavery. They were called the what? The Ku Klux Klan. They don't wear hoods anymore, they wear suits. But they're alive and well all over the world, even here. So, look at who's in the picture. I want you to look at this little girl in particular. You can't see her closely, but she's actually grimacing, like smirking. Now, remember, let's go back to the puppy concept here. She would be loathed and torn up probably if this was a puppy, which means he's less than that, because she's not disturbed. This little girl is not disturbed by this, but she should be, shouldn't she? People always ask me, they go, Joy, what was the impact on white people? There it is, right there. Can't feel any empathy for him. None, zero, zip. There's a little one back here, even smaller. Because whatever she's been taught or told, socialized to believe, makes him no longer human. That's the greatest danger to white people, is that they can't feel it. And there's a reason why white people can't feel what we're talking about. My God, what would you then feel? It's tough. So I've got to believe, oh, it's all over now. It's not my fault. I don't benefit. It's not a big deal. Let's move on. It's not all of those things. But we don't say that to Jewish people. I dare you. But you have to understand, when you unearth this one, that's what we did to our children. Let's move forward. This is a similar photo to the one that is used in Denzel's movie. Now, and again, most important, this is a man that's being burned. Also, I won't read the depiction, but there are newspaper accounts of this. It's written in a book called 100 Years of Lynching by Ginsburg. No pictures, just newspapers that say not only did they burn him, they decapitated him, cut him into pieces, and used parts of his body as things to put on mantles. So people would say, get me a tongue, would you, or a liver, a little crisp, so I could put it on the mantle. Now, again, I want you to look at the folks. I want you to look at who's here. We're not talking about the toothless, big gut, hooded wonder, are we? We're looking at plain old, common, dressed up folks. They're squeezing, please, I want my picture taken. Are you following me? This is somebody's cousin, uncle, somebody. And the ability to do that, dehumanize this man and rob them of their humanity all at the same time. All at the same time. That is the most dangerous, treacherous thing that can happen.
Just like what she said, they have trained their children to dislike our type. To them, it's a norm. There is nothing wrong with it. And this is why this idea or the issue of racism is a process that keeps going. A continuous process. Because they learned this from their great-grandparents and they are teaching it to their great-grandchildren coming ahead. So that is why it's a process. When you think it's dying off, it's happening somewhere. It's just because you've not heard of it. So do not think it has ended. It keeps going. Because this is what they have put in their head. And when we talk about decolonization, we think it's only the Africans, or we think it's only ourselves that need to decolonize. When we decolonize and they do not decolonize, then there is a problem and it could keep lingering in our society. The white community have to decolonize for the world to be at peace. If not, even when we do decolonize, they'll look at us as if we are trying to rebel. They'll look at us as if we are the bad ones. We are the ones that do not want peace to reign. We are the ones that looks for trouble. We are the ones that are thieves, that are bandits. We are the ones that are terrorists. They will never see anything wrong with what they do, because they themselves have not decolonized their minds and their hearts. When you are a human and you lose your humanity, it's the most dangerous thing that could ever happen, because you will never feel the pain of your fellow human. You will never feel the pain what your fellow human being is going through. You will never feel it. You will only think about yourself, because you will feel you are the only one that is the human. That is when you've lost your humanity. When you become so selfish, and it starts gradually. It did not start one day. It was a process that they started, and they nurtured it. They saw it grow, and they handed it over to their children. Just take a look at that. Just you can go back and rewatch that video. You saw the way what they were doing to this our brother, one of our own, what they were doing to him, and then look at the children they kept there. Why do you think they had to keep their children to watch the evil they do to us? Because it is a message they are passing. They are telling them, you see how we're doing it? This is what you should keep doing. And them in turn, when they get to that stage, they will do the same thing and bring their children to watch. And that is why this issue will keep moving. And that is why I said it is what? A continuous process. This is the idea. That a group of persons will look at themselves as superior. A group of persons will wake up and feel that they are more human than the other person. And they will devise a means, or they will devise ways to carry out their plan. And to them, there is nothing wrong with it, because they are the makers of the law. So they can never break the law, because they are the one that produced the law. While we are just watching behind, seeing what our faith will be. Oh, what a pathetic life. What a life. Because there is nothing we can do. And the reason is that we think we cannot do anything. We are so scattered. We are so, okay, no, I'm on my own. I don't want problem. I don't want trouble. I'm not talking, no. If I talk now, then where will something happen? We have forgotten so soon that there were persons that gave up their lives for us to be alive. We have forgotten so soon. If not, the way we're living these days and we think we're free, we have our house, we have our home, even if they're giving us peanuts is enough. Let's just collect that peanut and keep quiet. There were persons that fought for that. Now we are sitting without doing anything. Then how would the future of our children be like? You are with your brother of the same whatever, in the same community, and you gang up against him with the other ones. You know what I'm talking about. These things happens. Sometimes, there are lots of things that we do and we feel we are smart. We do not look at the repercussion. We do not look at the future, what it holds. We only do it for today's bread. We only do it for the water we're going to drink today. What about that of tomorrow? How are you securing the future? Africa welcome all civilization. Africa welcome, when an African home get to see someone who has not been in that environment, someone of this different color, someone who looks differently, they are so happy, I think I said this in one of my videos. We will be so happy. We'll welcome them. Oh, look at how you're looking so nice. Your skin looks so good. Your hair is looking good. But reverse is the case when an African visits another person and goes in his or her real form, as African as we are. Oh, why are you so black? Oh, why is your hair so coarse? Oh, why is this like this? Oh, why is that like that? But when it comes to us, we are so happy and we are so, we welcome them with all our minds and our heart. And that is where the problem lies. I'm going to do a separate video about that. How we expose ourselves deliberately. So, when we talk about humanity, after listening and then you sit yourself and calculate, and then there are things that you weigh, then you give your answer. If we are not humans, because isn't that what they keep saying? That we are barbaric, we are animals, we are like this, we're like that. But when you look at what we are capable of and what they are capable of, who are the humans and who are the barbarians? These are questions that you answer in your heart, or you leave your comment there at the section. I have said I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it. Africans, black people, we are the only ones that have our backs. We are the only ones that have our backs. It is us against the world. So it's not left for you how you look at your fellow brother. It's not left for you how you look at your fellow sister, wherever you are around the world. Because when it is time to choose, no matter how close you think you are to them, no matter how friendly you think you are to them, they will show to you that you are alone. And that time might be too late. Would you wait for that time? Or you start making amends from now? Thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts and comment there in the section, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive. Give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share our videos to our fellow brothers and sisters, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.